AIT for being mad at the best man's girlfriend for making him choose between a dog and our wedding? The author of the post is listed in the description. My fiancé, EM29, and I, F26, got engaged last October after 6 years together and plan to marry this October. We both have a very complicated families, so we thought a lot about our wedding and decided that we just want peace and don't want to worry about all the family drama. So we plan to get married in Italy with only our best man and maid of honor. It's only a 4-hour drive to a small city we once discovered on a road trip. We invited my maid of honor, his best man, to the wedding, call him Mike, M29, and told them that they could bring their significant other also. The trip would be fully paid, and Mike is my fiancé best friend since kindergarten. Mike's girlfriend, let's call her Courtney, F28, and him are together for 3 years. We were very welcoming towards her, and I befriended her also. We did a lot of things together, helped them move and build their home. Mike and Courtney are getting a dog, hopefully in September, so Mike told us he needed a different hotel because the one we choose is not dog-friendly, and at the time of our wedding, October, they would probably have the dog. We apologized and looked for another hotel. Then he texted that Courtney thinks the dog wouldn't make the long drive, which we understood. We said that there are probably a lot of friends and family who could take the dog, but Courtney doesn't want that. Mike told us that Courtney would probably stay home with the dog and he would travel alone. Here comes the drama. The following day, Mike wrote us he will not come to our wedding because Courtney doesn't want to be alone with the dog for the weekend, and she also would like to attend the wedding. Courtney wrote to me that we could change our wedding month or the place, maybe just a wedding in our hometown, so that they could come. I said no. If we married in our hometown, the families would want to attend, and all the drama between parents and siblings would stress us out. My fiancé asked Mike again if he couldn't come alone, and he finally told us that Courtney threatened to end the relationship if he doesn't stay with her, and the dog. My fiancé was absolutely sad and disappointed and told Mike his feelings. He's normally not over-emotional, but that was hard for him. Courtney wrote me the following day as if nothing has happened, and I told her that I'm absolutely disappointed in her and can't understand her behavior and how she puts this dog, who is in absolutely no danger or need to have 2 people dog-sitting him, over our wedding, and kind of accepted her to apologize for all the stress she put us through. She called me an insensitive and offensive person, a bridezilla who wants her wedding above everything, and said she couldn't accept my behavior even if I apologized. I just can't comprehend why I should apologize. I feel like I can express to friends if I'm disappointed, and I absolutely didn't wrote anything offensive. Edit. Sorry for mistakes. English is not my first language. Edit 2. To clarify, there is no dog yet. They talked to a breeder. He said that if his dog mama get pregnant and has more than 3 babies, they would get one in September. Relevant comments. Courtney is out of line and not worth knowing. Okay, thanks. I really couldn't understand her either, and started doubting myself. My birthday is in 2 weeks, and I wrote Mike that I don't want her to attend because I'm too mad about all that, and he wrote me back that she said that doesn't want to see me or my fiancé for the next months, even if I apologize. So I guess not seeing her will be an easy thing. Why can't they just postpone getting the dog for a month? They want to get the dog from a breeder who said it's mandatory to get the dog after 12 weeks or someone else would get the dog. Wait, so the dog isn't even pregnant yet? And they don't know how many puppies she'll have? Yes, you are absolutely right. Maybe I should have made that more clearer. A, the dog is not even pregnant, and B, they don't know if there are enough babies for them to get one. They have priority 4. That's why I wrote they will, hopefully, get 1 dog in September because it's not even clear if it's happening. Yes, they talked to a breeder and he put them on the list. The dog is not even pregnant, but if she gets pregnant and if she has more than 3 babies, they would get a dog in September. A lot of ifs. I don't think it's about money. Everything would be fully paid by us, and I really don't think we gave her any reason to hate us, but I don't know. This just makes her argument even worse. Yes, if I wouldn't feel so sorry for my fiancé and a little bit for Mike, I would find it absolutely justified and funny if they don't get a dog. Maybe Mike would wake up about this shitty choice if he missed our wedding and didn't even get a dog, so he'd just have to sit at home alone with Courtney while we will, having a blast in Italy. Mike and Courtney. Yes, we did tell Mike that we are not changing anything now, and he told us that he won't come to our wedding. He's sad about it but doesn't want to break up with Courtney. They recently built a house together and she talks all the time about children, so it's pretty serious between them. My fiancé and I don't even know what to feel about all that. Update. We discussed sending this thread to Mike, but decided ultimately against it as he first wanted to talk to Mike himself, before revealing that I posted the whole thing on the internet. They met in secret yesterday, Courtney was at work, and Mike broke down crying. It's been super stressful for him. He had asked his family, especially his mom, to dog sit, but Courtney declined. His mother was furious that he would miss my fiancé's wedding. She loves him. But Courtney told her that she had changed her mind and decided to let Mike go, but that I then wrote her an offensive and mean message, so they decided against it. Mike lost it at that and told his family that she had never allowed him and that my message wasn't mean at all. He really told her that he wants to go and she should just live with that. She cried a lot and he felt bad. My fiancé told him that he asked another friend of them, who has a little child, to come, and he said yes. His wife even asked us if we wanted her and the baby to come. She would understand if that's too much. But we were happy to also invite them. Mike cried after hearing this and realized that he will not attend our wedding now because of Courtney. Today, Mike wrote my husband that Courtney told him that she was overreacting because she had the feeling he wouldn't value the dog and that it's a good practice thing for a baby. She doesn't want to apologize to us, but would accept if he goes to the wedding. I think Mike's family made very clear that they think she's crazy for this, and she wants to be viewed as a good person. My fiancé said that he won't change that back, and that Mike sadly will miss the wedding because we can't be sure that there is no more drama with Courtney. I know that this is hard for my fiancé, but he hopes that Mike realizes now what Courtney will cost him now in the future. Thanks for all the good wishes, and I'm happy to be married in Italy this October. Without Courtney, update. Hey, it's been nearly 2 months, so I guess I could post an update because you helped me so much. Maybe it's not interesting to anybody, but I feel grateful for all the text message and comments from a while ago. It's a sad update. My fiancé tried to stay friends with Mike, how you suggested, despite the hurt that he caused him and the strain this had on our soon-to-be-married happiness. The wedding topic was totally dropped between them, and my fiancé took a great effort to only see him while Courtney isn't around so that he could always talk to him about problems. Mike has his birthday in a couple of weeks, and my fiancé told him that we would come, despite the hurt and everything, if he wants us to. He also said that his friendship with Mike is important to him, so we would be open to talk to Courtney if she ever wants to apologize. That was the downfall of the friendship between them. While Mike revealed shortly after the fight that he thinks Courtney was over the top and dramatic, and a little bit crazy, and she blackmailed him to cancel being best man, otherwise she would have ended the relationship. He suddenly said that he can understand Courtney now, and he has to stay loyal to her. He said straight to the face of my fiancé, "Now I also think it's more important to stay with Courtney the weekend of your wedding to watch the puppy together. I don't think she has anything to apologize, and maybe you two should apologize to her. I can't understand why you are mad at her." My fiancé was in total shook and said to him, "Thanks for letting me know your true feelings." He asked him if they could talk, just the two of them, one last time, but Mike declined. He would only met with my fiancé if all 4 of us are present. Because Courtney and him have no secrets between them, and he doesn't see any sense in talking to my fiancé alone. That was the final straw. Not being able to meet together without Courtney, we cut absolutely all contact to Mike, and my fiancé grieves him like he is death. All of our shared friends took our side and tried to talk some sense into Mike, but he doesn't listen. So thank you for the tips. It was right to try to leave the door open for Mike, but all the emotional hurt my fiancé has endured is now enough. Sadly, it's not a happy end with a separation from Courtney as most of you has hoped. Okay, next story. AITA for telling my parents to keep all the money they stole from me while I was in university and shove it up their ass. I got a job while I was in high school. It was with a friend of my father. I put away most of it and just bought myself some stuff I wanted, but my parents wouldn't buy for me. My parents aren't rich, but they do well enough. They wanted me to appreciate that material goods were paid for with my time. I didn't mind. I bought myself a PS4 and some games, which they made me share with my younger brother and sister. Once again, I didn't mind. I mostly played while they did homework or slept. When I graduated from high school, they said I had to start paying rent. That sucked because I was going to university in the fall, and I was hoping to save up over the summer so I could work less during the school year. So I worked my ass off in school and at work. I ended up getting a job loading delivery trucks before school, and that sucked because I went to sleep at 7 p.m. most nights so I could get up early and go to work. I'm about to graduate and I found a job in another province. I've already started doing my onboarding and online training. I will go from graduation to loading my car to leave. My parents had a graduation party for me where they tried to present me with a check for all the rent I paid plus a pittance in interest. I looked at the check for about a minute and I started laughing. All I could think of was the fact that I had no social life during university. Because I was working, I didn't have any money in investments like my friends did, because they were taking my money. I asked them how they were doing this for my sister. They said they weren't since she wasn't working while she went to school. I tire up the check and told them to shove it up their asses. I told them that when they compensated me for all the sleep I lost, 4 years of no social life during university and 4 summer vacations, I would speak to them again. I told my little brother not to get a job or they would fuck him over too. I went to my room, grabbed my computer, some clothes, my PS4, and my toiletries. My brother and sister can play on the PS5 my parents bought the family. They were yelling at me the whole time. I said if they touched me or tried to stop me, I would call the cops. I loaded up my car, that I paid for, I insure, and is registered to me. I drove to my friend's parents' house and had a bit of a breakdown. They let me stay there since she is away at university in another city. I blocked my parents and my brother and sister. I had already given notice at my job, so I called my boss and told him I was sick and would not be available for my last week. He said he understood and laughed. He said he was surprised I had kept working this close to graduation. My grandfather called me to talk a couple of days later. We went to Timmy's, and he let me unload everything I felt. They took money from me that I could have used to make my life better. I didn't even have time for a girlfriend. My entire university romantic life was hooking up with a woman I work with when her ex-husband had the kids for the weekend. He said my parents' hearts were in the right place and that they thought they were helping me. I said they owed me 4 years of fun, of parties I was too tired to go to, of social events and networking I didn't do. All the shit they were subsidizing for my sister, and that they would end up subsidizing for my brother. He said he understood and hugged me. He is old, but I couldn't have gotten free of that hug if I tried. He asked me if I needed money to start my new job. I said I did not want anything that came from my parents. He gave me a cashier's check for about 3 times what my parents took from me. He said to use it however I wanted in my new life. He said it wasn't part of my inheritance or anything. It was a gift from him, and something my grandma would have wanted me to have. My friends think I was stupid to tear up the check. Most of them agree with me about being pissed at my parents. Some family have called me to say I behaved terribly and that I owe my parents an apology. I thank them for the call or message and block them. I'm calmer now and I do not think I'm in the wrong. But maybe I'm too close to see what I'm missing. Comments. Commenter. Make sure you keep up the lines of communication with Grandpa. He's going to be there for you when you need an objective ear. I'm 40 years old and would do anything to have that back. This may all eventually blow over or not. Stay true to yourself. It's gotten you this far, and that's pretty awesome. Commenter. NTA in the least. There is a line between teaching a child the value of hard work versus grinding them into the ground. $750 a month in rent that they did not need is cruel and unkind. And meanwhile, they were buying PS5s for the family. So it's clear that this lesson they claim you needed to learn isn't one they feel the younger kids need. Work isn't inherently good. My spouse's neck and knees are permanently fucked up from low-wage work. His parents insisted he get to build his character. He's in pain every day and will be for the rest of his life. But hey, he got a job. Fucking Puritan attitudes like that need to die. I'm sorry your parents tried to teach you responsibility in the worst way possible. ETA. And I'm seeing from your other comments that you paid your own tuition and they made you buy your own food. I'm genuinely in awe that you managed to graduate at all. Full-time school, full-time work, and full-time self-care is so hard. And I can only imagine how their draconian methods hurt your grades and networking, which can sometimes be more valuable than the degree itself. I wish you all the best in the future. Please know that your best years are ahead of you, and there's still much joy to experience. And never let anyone convince you that just because some people have it hard, you therefore deserve to have it hard as well. You deserve loved ones who try to make your life better, not abusers who erect unnecessary obstacles to haze you. Update. 3 days later. I took a lot of what you guys had to say to heart. I unblocked my family and spoke with my parents. I agreed to meet with them for lunch today. We went to the keg and talked. They said they didn't realize how I felt for those 4 years. My mom cried and said she was very sorry that I felt like they didn't care about me. I guess they read my post from before it got taken down and they are disturbed by what I wrote. They are also upset that my girlfriend is a single mom 14 years older than me. They asked if they could meet her and I said no. They offered me the check again and this time I took it and thanked them. I said I would come home later. After lunch, I went to the bank and deposited it. Since we all bank at the same branch, it was easy to cash it. I made sure that the money was in my account. Then I blocked them again. I just wrote my girlfriend a check for $4,312 to help her out. It was the interest on the money, more or less. She is a decent person and she taught me a lot. She works her ass off loading trucks, and she deserves something good in her life. I know that isn't me. I am seeing my grandfather tomorrow. I am going to make sure he knows what I did and why. I am also going to invite him out to see my new place once I move our west. I'm spending the weekend at my girlfriend's house since her ex has the kids. Thank you all for your help and advice. Comments. Commenter. I hope your move goes well and you start healing. Keep in contact with your grandpa. He sounds like a stand-up dude. Maybe in time you'll want a relationship with your siblings and he can help facilitate that if necessary. I'm glad you got your money, 'cause it was fucking yours. Back in your account, too. OOP. I loved giving away their interest. I only have what was rightfully mine, and she will use it well. Commenter. I was absolutely blasted on your original post for suggesting you took the money and then blocked your parents again. Glad you got what you were owed and now can move on with the satisfaction of knowing you did this after all they have put you through. Oop. I'm pretty sure you planted the germ of the idea in my brain. How do you like these stories? Write your opinion in the comments. Let's get 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Love you.